Welcome to Impact Makers Radio, helping you to find jargon-free information before choosing a professional to help solve your problems and live the life you love. And here's your host, Stuart Andrew Alexander.
Hi and welcome to another Let's Talk Retirement conversation. And on this segment of the show, ladies and gentlemen, I am so pleased that we finally have retirement plan consultant Wayne Bland, principal of Metro Retirement Plan Advisors, and he's calling in all the way from Charlotte, North Carolina. Now, Wayne, who has a wealth of experience in the area of retirement planning, will be talking to you today about a very interesting topic. Wayne's topic for today is the low cost of business and personal retirement plans. Now, that sounds like a very interesting topic to be talking about. So, if you are one of the increasing numbers of people in the Charlotte, North Carolina area, and you feel that today's topic might be of relevance to your personal situation, then it might be a good idea just for you to take a break, log out of Facebook, stop the Twittering and Instagramming or anything else you happen to be doing. Grab yourself a notepad and pen, get a coffee or a tea or your favorite beverage, whatever that may be, and get ready to take some notes as we listen in to what Wayne has to share with us today. So with that said, let's not keep him waiting any longer. Welcome to the show, Wayne.
Thank you, Stuart. I'm glad to be here. I appreciate you having me.
You are so welcome, my friend. So we have about 15 to 20 minutes with each other, so let's make the best use of our time. Briefly then, Wayne, in your own words, of course, please describe the kinds of people who you serve and the various types of situations they find themselves in when they come to you for your help.
Stuart, I work with both professionals and businesses establishing quality, low-cost, and compliant retirement plans. So I work with numerous professionals and businesses of all sizes.
Okay, so now that we have a general idea of who you help then, Wayne, before we move on to our next question, let's take a moment to make it absolutely clear that anything you share with us today is not legal advice or legal assistance. It's purely for the purpose of disseminating information. Now, would you just care to expand on that in your own words then, please, Wayne?
Absolutely. We all have a need for retirement, whether you're an individual or a business. And I specialize in helping both individuals and businesses establish qualified retirement plans, whether we're focusing on tax deductions or just the retirement planning phase. So that's my specialty.
So with that said then, Wayne, and for those people who you help, those people who you mention, and they're listening in right now, when you reflect on that, what's the most common misconception? And I'm sure there are so many that you come across while you're out there helping them, but what's the most common misconception you come across while you're out there working with these people on a day-to-day basis?
Absolutely. And I'll first cover the perspective from a business owner. Most small business owners are under the understanding that a retirement plan is expensive and time-consuming. Where the actuality is within the last couple of years, due to changes in the retirement plan laws, due to some changes that President Obama made in 2006, it's much more affordable and it's a lot easier to administer, and you have so much flexibility to design a retirement plan that's both affordable and very effective for employers to offer to their employees. Mm-hmm. The other factor that makes a huge difference is the fact that with technology, most of what we used to do manually is done automated now. We can use technology to automate it. So it brings another a factor that allows us to lower the costs and provide better qualified plans than we used to in the past. From the personal standpoint, when I'm working with individuals, most people, to be honest, are just scared. They're not used to investing. And a lot of times it's a trust factor. They're not sure if they can trust the advice that they're giving by the professional that they may seek out. So now again, with technology and the information that's available on the internet, it's easier than ever to develop a real comprehensive strategic plan to meet your retirement goals. So it doesn't matter if you have a lot of money or little money. It doesn't matter if you are brand new at this or if you're experienced. Anybody now can actually invest and feel comfortable with the decisions they make regarding their retirement strategies.
And is that regardless of when they start? I mean, some people are now in their 50s and may not have even looked at their options for retirement.
That is so true. Unfortunately, you run into those type of people, Stuart. And even though you're late, whatever you can do to make up, it's better than doing nothing. So when I run into a person that's 10 years away from retirement, they only have $30,000 saved up at this point, we have a problem. That's just the reality.
Sure.
However, at least we can do what we can do from that point on until they reach retirement age. My thing is, don't do nothing.
Right.
Whatever you do is going to put you in a better position than you were. So, like I said, even if you're behind, let's try to catch up as much as we can. Even though you may be behind, you're still in a better place if you take action now. But you touched on a good point, because that's one of my tips. Start early and be regular. And we automate so many things in our lives. I always tell people, automate your retirement savings. It's very rare that people are disciplined enough to get paid and actually take the time out to send money to their retirement account, to deposit it. When you automate it, I want people to view it like paying taxes. It should come out of your check automatically and just forget about it. And every client that's successful and that's on track, they usually have some kind of automated feature where they're automatically investing on a weekly or biweekly, or however they get paid basis.
So we're talking about those people, and that you just mentioned, the business owners who believe that the retirement plan is expensive and time consuming, individuals who may be scared and lack trust in a financial advisor, and even those who later on in life are still not even considered a retirement plan. So with those kind of people in mind then, Wayne, and all the other kinds of people who you help, please share an example of how you have helped, or even how you would go about helping those kinds of people who came to you with those kinds of misconceptions and those challenges. And in general, what kind of transformational results you have helped them to achieve or would be able to help them to achieve?
Absolutely. That's a great question. I have one example of a husband and wife. They were both engineers, and they were great savers. I engaged with them, and they revealed to me that they knew they needed help for a long time, but they weren't quite sure who they can trust. So we had a couple of great conversations, and when they began to relax and feel comfortable, we delved into what their needs were. And it actually turned out that they wanted to start a family. But once they started the family, they wanted the wife to come home to be a stay-at-home mom to raise their kid, and they weren't quite sure that they could do it. So we took some time after some very careful analysis. We found out that because they were such great savers, that they could actually afford for her to come home. Their lifestyle would not change. And because they were great savers from an early start, it was going to have a very minimal impact on their long-term retirement goals. As a result, they were able to realize their dreams. She actually did resign. She works part-time as a consultant. They started their family, and they really have no change in their lifestyle. So, the answer, it was really there all along, but there was a trust issue where they didn't feel comfortable getting advice. And I find a lot of people that I meet actually want help, but they're not sure that they're getting help, or whether they have concerns that they might be being sold to.
These are some really great insights that you're sharing with us today, Wade. So I really just want to take a moment to thank you for being so open and honest with that. So as a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, my guest today is retirement planning consultant Wayne Bland, Principal of Metro Retirement Plan Advisors in Charlotte, North Carolina. And today's topic is low-cost business and personal retirement plans. Now, with that in mind then, Wayne, and for those people who are listening in right now, please share one common but unknown pitfall that they need to be aware of no matter what situation they find themselves in.
Absolutely. Get started. Get started today. It doesn't matter if you're investing $10 a month on a regular basis or if you can afford to do $300 a month. Get with somebody, work with them, and start. Find somebody that you feel comfortable opening up with and that you can trust, and make sure that whatever you do, that you don't find yourself paralyzed. You can do this. There's enough information on the internet where you can do your own research, but reach out to somebody and get help. You need to find out where you are and where you need to be, and you need to come up with a strategic plan to help you reach your goals. Sitting back and doing nothing is not going to be the answer that you're going to want in 30 or 40 years when you finally reach that point.
So how do you bring that message home to somebody who has just started off in the workforce? They're 18, 19, 20, or even in their mid-20s. How do you really bring that message home? Because at that stage in your life, come on, retirement planning, that's the last thing on your mind. You're out partying, you want to have a good time. What do you say to those people who are listening in?
Stuart, that is a great question, and I run into that situation quite frequently. Mm-hmm. It's a matter of how you position this conversation. With millennials, it's a little different. When you speak about retirement to a millennial, they're thinking about their parents working 65 years, 65, right. 70 years, and they're retiring. You know, their view of retirement is a little different, as you mentioned. So when I use retirement, I try to use a different scenario. I would say we need to plan for the days when you no longer have a paycheck coming in. That seems to resonate more with people, with younger people, than when you're speaking about retirement, because they can't see traditional retirement because it's so far away. But when you speak in terms of when your paychecks stop coming in, they can relate to that even immediately.
Absolutely.
And that allows them to plan a little bit better for you. And it kind of opens up their mindset. So It's just a matter of positioning. Same principle. It's just a matter of how you position that conversation.
So I'm kind of curious, Wayne, how long have you been practicing retirement plan consultant? Without going into your background, because we're going to go into that later on, but how many years have you been in as a financial consultant?
Stuart, I've been in this business for 20 years, and I really feel it's more than a business. I feel it's a calling for me, something that I thoroughly enjoy and I find fulfillment. But 20 years.
So with that said then, Wayne, I want you just to, imagine it's any day of the week and it's 6, 7 a.m. in the morning, your alarm clock goes off and you're waking up facing another day ahead of helping those people who you described at the beginning of our conversation today, helping them with their retirement plans, helping them to move from point A, where they've walked into your office or they've given you a call and they have these challenges, to point B, where they have a retirement plan, their goals are in place, and they're on course to achieve their desired outcomes. On a day like that, then, Wayne, how do you feel? How does Wayne feel in a morning like that?
Stuart, I feel great. I feel when I can really work with someone and create a goal and a strategy. Mm-hmm. And when I see them actually realizing those goals, there's no greater fulfillment. When I'm able to work with a family for 15 years and see that they were able to put their children to school and they were able to retire on time with dignity and in a situation where they have financial comfort, there's no greater fulfillment. Like I said, I feel it's a calling for me. It just comes naturally for me.
So it's so much more than money, right? Someone sat across the other side of the table and you're just seeing dollar signs as as you're going through and consulting them. It's so much more than that.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. In fact, our conversations with my clients are a lot different than you normally have with a lot of advisors. Mm-hmm. We talk more about, Stuart, what do you want to achieve? And you may say, well, I want to retire comfortably. Well, Stuart, what does that mean to you? Well, me and my wife had plans. We wanted to return to the Cayman Islands, and then we'll drill down. most of our conversations are talking about you and your goals. It's always going to be a goals-based strategy. We can deal with the investment side on the back end, but more important is what are your real goals and what does that mean to you? When I can get that picture clear in my mind and we are on the same page, then we can work together as client and advisor and come up with a plan that works for you. That relationship piece is so more important than the technical piece. And my relationships with my clients is just beautiful. I love my clients, and we have a great relationship.
So, with that said, while we're talking about you and how you feel and what you get from helping your clients to achieve their retirement goals, let's spend a brief moment talking a little bit about your backstory. So, if you could just for a few moments share something about how you got started, share your formal education, and especially your experience as it relates to the topic of retirement planning.
Absolutely. My education is based in business management with a concentration in sales and marketing. Mm-hmm. And I got my start. It's kind of funny. I've invested for a long time, and I was sort of a self-taught investor. I had a 401k through a company. I really loved the way this 401k was performing. And so it kind of taught me to start investing early on. And my wife saw that this mutual fund company had recently opened up a new headquarters or division in Charlotte. Mm-hmm. And she thought it would be a good fit for me. And I didn't reach out, but she actually did. She reached out in contact with the recruiter. Mm-hmm. I agreed to go ahead and have a conversation. And once I met with this recruiter, it was a phenomenal experience. As a result, I accepted the offer. And once I joined that company, I was just promoted and given additional responsibilities. And it was a great entry into this business. It just really solidified the fact that this is my passion and this is where I am supposed to be. So to make a long story short, about 20 years, and I've worked with some of the largest mutual fund and investment companies in the country, and I've been very fortunate to have some great leaders.
And very fortunate to have a very smart wife by the sounds of it, Wade.
Yes.
Yeah, I always say at the side of every successful man is a woman who knows exactly what's right for her man. So thanks for sharing that with us, Wayne. Really appreciate it. So for those people who are, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. So for those people who are listening right now, and obviously in the future as the show will be online, what final thoughts would you like to share with them before we finish up with our last question for today?
Do something. You can always improve your financial situation. You eat an elephant one bite at a time. Don't be scared of the big picture, but start. Reach out, talk to somebody, get on the internet, do your research. With the technology that's out there today, everybody can improve their financial situation and get closer to their retirement goals. Just start. Don't delay. Time can be your enemy, or it can be your victor, depending upon how you look at it. But you need to start.
So if there is somebody who's been listening in then, Wayne, and they feel they want to know more about the low-cost business and personal retirement plans that are out there, how can they reach you? What's the easiest way?
I would suggest that you go to our website. It's www.myplanadvisor, and advisor is ADVISOR.com. www.myplanadvisor.com. Or by telephone at 704-412-8170. 704-412-8170.
So if I pick up the phone and I do call that number, what will happen?
We're going to find out what your needs are. We're going to have a great conversation. Mm-hmm. And once we understand each other, we're going to get some guidance and some recommendations based upon what your needs are. You won't get a sales pitch. You're not going to feel obligated, but we're going to find out what's on Stuart's mind and what's of importance to Stuart. And then we'll take it from there.
Perfect. Wayne, I have a feeling that we could sit here and talk for hours about this topic. However, we are restricted by time, and we have run out of that very precious commodity that we call time. So let me just remind everybody, we have been listening to retirement plan consultant Wayne Bland. Thank you so much for sharing so generously with us today, Wayne. You have certainly demonstrated that you are a true educator, advocate, and trustworthy advisor for your clients' success. So thank you.
Stuart, I really appreciate you having me. Thank you.
You are so welcome, my friend. Love to have you back on the show to speak about another topic in the future. But until then, I'd also like to take a moment to say a big thank you to you. Yes. Thank you to you, the listener. Without you, we wouldn't have anybody to speak to. We'd just be sat here twiddling our thumbs. So thanks for taking the time out of your busy day and coming to join us on this, what I can only describe as a very insightful and informative discussion with one of the top retirement plan consultants in the Charlotte, North Carolina area today. Again, his name is Wayne Bland. Make sure you do check him out. Give him a call. He left his phone number. Visit his website. There are some great resources on there. I'm sure that whatever you do after listening to Wayne for a short amount of time today, that whatever you do, you're going to be in good hands. So that's it, folks. Again, my name is Stuart Andrew Alexander, and we'll be back shortly with some more leading retirement planning professionals in this, our series of Let's Talk Retirement Conversations. So, until then, take care, have a great day, and we'll talk real soon.
Thank you for tuning in to Impact Makers Radio. To listen to all past, present, and future industry thought leaders and trendsetters, visit us at impactmakersradio.com.